Hello! Hi guys! It's Friday! Woo, woo. Welcome to TCR, guys. I'm Sid. It's our Friday Night Live. It's time to do what we do. Hello, hello. I was bad and I didn't post it on social media because, well, I forgot. Like I normally will post it and I totally forgot. So, there you go. Hello, Thomas. I'm well, thank you. Hello, hello, guys. So, yeah, this week was spring break here in our town. So I had Frankie helping me with some stuff, doing some stuff. Hi, Robin's Buys and DIYs. Hello, hello. So we've got, man, just we did, let's see, I think that video is posting this Sunday. I had everything. We did like a big garage sale. We sold our trailer that we had because now that we have the truck, we don't really need the trailer. So we were like, why are we hanging on to it? So getting rid of that. And one of those things where it's like, do we want to hang on to it? Do we not? No, we don't need it. So we sold that. That was good. Got rid of our little riding, we call it the tractor, but it's kind of like a little riding mower that you could drag stuff with or whatever. Cold beer? What's going on, John? What's up? What's up? Cheers. I'll cheers you with my water. I think that's bad luck, but if not for bad luck, what kind of luck would we have? Right? So, hello, Doug. So anyway, so much going on. So we got rid of a bunch of stuff, and whatever didn't sell, I took to the donation store and got it out. I still have more to go through, but we cleaned out like the shed and got rid of a bunch of stuff, cleaned out the garage and got rid of a bunch of stuff, got rid of a bunch of stuff out of the kitchen, got rid of a bunch of stuff, like just cleaning everything out. So now, then you may have noticed, like I've moved some stuff around. So like this picture was not over there before, it used to be over there. So I'm going to go around and kind of, like reorganize some of my pictures and stuff. And so I'm doing like, I got my putty and I went to the hardware store this afternoon and got the paint mixed up so I can do the touch-ups where I'm puttying. And I think I'm going to repaint my bathroom, or at least part of my bathroom. And when her bathroom is finished, because we had to rip that tub out and we're putting in a new shower stall, I'm going to have to repaint that bathroom. I think I'm just going to do it white, keep it simple and easy, all that good stuff. So I think I'm going to have a lot of painting going on in the next, like, probably, well, I might get a lot of it done this weekend, but until that shower is done, I can't do that one. So there's a lot of like stuff like that I'm trying to get done. But we've got Nate coming, our buddy Nate. He's going to help us with more demo because we like to demo things. So, and I'm going to film it, obviously. I'll do a video on it. I can't take you in there and show you right now because, things don't travel well. So it's my bat cave, we'll call it. My little office has a weird soffit that's between my office, or I guess the second bedroom, and the master bedroom. So the previous owner had cut into the wall in the master bedroom and like framed it out and put a TV and had like the cable run up into it and all that so she could have it in her bedroom. Well, we've never had TVs in the bedroom. It's just like we don't really do that. So I covered it. I had like a what do you call it? Like a shelving unit over it, covering it. And so it's like I had like decorative plates on it and stuff, right? So we're gonna take that down. We're gonna fill that wall in and take the soffit out of my office. I hope I'm describing this well. So it's just, kind of weird. So it's really, so there's like this weird soffit that pops out into my office, and there's like a cubby hole underneath it, and there's actually shelving in there, but you can't access it because this soffit is there. So unless you crawl on the floor and pop up underneath the soffit, you can't access all of this built-in shelving. It's really weird, right? So it's like it's super weird. So we're gonna take that out, and like finish that wall basically. So I had to get paint. Luckily, though both of the master bedroom and my office are painted the same color. That was sort of by accident. I think when we got to painting that like spare bedroom that was is my office, we I was just like, what paint do I have left after I just painted the whole inside of the house? And I was like, this one works. So, at least it's gonna match. So I had to take in a piece of the soffit today and have them color match it because I can't remember where I got the paint, if it was Home Depot. I didn't do what my girlfriend told me, which this is a great hack. And she told me about this and I didn't do it at the time. And I'm kicking myself that I did not do it. But she said that when you take all your light plates off in the room to paint a splotch of it on your um, light socket or light switch cover. So when you take it off, you take that in and they can scan it and then your color is going to match. Brilliant. And she's like, and you could like even write on it, like, where you got it or what the brand was or what finish it was. So for sure. And I'm like, oh, that's brilliant. But of course I didn't do it because it didn't. And now I'm kicking myself that I didn't do it because there's one room that I'm like, I don't know. So I'm going to have to cut a little piece and take it because I nicked the wall in like two spots when I was doing stuff. And I'm like, it's bugging me now. So I have to fix it. But so far you've asked 79 questions here, Thomas. So, I mean, yeah, exactly, Robin. So, not to be rude, but it's a little excessive. It's a little much. But anyway, so I'm excited to get that done. Okay. How do I? Anyway, we're just gonna do that. Hi, MT Homestead. What's going on? What's going on? I love it. I love it. I'm so excited because we're like we're less than a month away now from shooting. So I get to see people. I'm so excited. I get to go and hopefully the what mandate is going to be lifted by then. I really don't want to have to fly muzzled. I hate it. It makes me feel really claustrophobic and I don't like it. So hopefully, yeah, I know. I am so excited, John from Colby Ranch. I cannot wait. I'm really, really looking forward to going, seeing everybody. It's fun. Like it's such a cool group of people. Everybody's super chill and mellow and super sweet. And I get to go see I'm gonna go see Christy in her new store out there while I'm out there. And I'm excited to take Frankie on her first plane flight and let her meet everybody because I'll talk about somebody and she only knows them as a name on a screen or a video that I've shown her or like a story that I've told. And so she's excited to meet everybody and see them in person and associate them, So I'm excited about that to kind of take her and not that I know my way around Tulsa or Pryor, Oklahoma at all, but I'm excited to take her and kind of be like, hey, I've been here once before. We can kind of show her around, I guess, and see what happens. But yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. But yeah, and hopefully I will have all this done. Like that bathroom will be finished before I leave. This is the plan. That weird soffit thing in my office will be ripped out and walled in, and I'll have it painted and all of that. There's also a weird so between Mike's office and my office, okay, this is going to be hard to explain, and I'll show it better when I film it. So the sunroom, which we've shown you guys before, where we built the pantry, extended Frankie's room, et cetera, et cetera. That whole section, his office is behind mine. And then he has a door to the outside from there, right? So Mike is Mike is in on the couch, so he's not. Yeah, I know he's probably, well, I don't think he left work yet because he didn't message me. So it might just be me flying solo again. Um, he did kind of end up going in a little bit later this morning than normal or than he usually tries to. So I don't know if that maybe is plus it's Friday. Sometimes it's hard for him to like leave on time. And I know I well, you know what? I'm gonna film everything this weekend of what we're doing because we're demoing out that weird soffit. And then there's a window. So if the soffit's right here, there's a fake window right here that used to be a real window into the sunroom that then went nowhere. Like it was to the back wall, right? Which, because it was like an enclosed sunroom. But we've like finished the sunroom. So that section became Mike's office. So like, for example, if you walk through our master bedroom into what is our walk-in closet, that used to be part of the sunroom. Technically, I guess it still is, but we've turned it into a walk-in closet. And then there's Mike's part of it, which is like his closet and his office. So we're gonna fix this fake window that we did and make it like one like double office basically. And kind of basically like extending like we did with Frankie's bedroom. So, oh, your mic. See, Terry, I'm so special. I didn't even realize. Duh. That's the problem. Everybody's like named Mike, and it's so hard to keep track of sometimes. It's like, wait, which mic are we talking about? My mic, your mic, that mic? Yeah. Well, it's like in our group of friends, we had like, at one point, we all hung out all the time. Now all of them have like moved away. Like 3 out of the 4. There was like all these different gens. So now there's only like one gen left, which is my friend Jen that you guys have seen in videos and stuff before. And so there was little Jen, there was big Jen, and then there was just Jen. Well, then 2 of them moved away, and now there's just this Jen, formerly known as little Jen. So, you know. My dad used to always make this joke, and I still make it sometimes because I think it's funny. Whenever we couldn't find Mike or we didn't know where he was, or he would wander off, like if we went somewhere, like if we went to a fair or Disneyland or something like that, I'd be like, oh my God, where'd he go? I turned around for 1 second. He would like, he was like worse than a toddler. That man would wander off. He'd get distracted by a shiny object or a hot dog on a stick or something, and he would be gone. And I finally, like after happening like a few times, I think we were all at the fair when it happened. And I said something to my dad. I was like, oh my God, he's worse than a 2-year-old. Like every time I turn around, he's gone. And he's like, well, you know, that's the problem with wireless mics. And I was like, oh, that's a good one. But my dad was full of those kinds of jokes. But yeah, so totally gonna demo that wall out and fix the soffit issue. And then finally finishing the last little bit of siding over here. And then we're going to have one of our friends up here is actually a painter, and he's going to texture the drywall that we're fixing, and then he's going to paint that backside of the house, because that siding, you really need like the sprayer. I mean, we just don't, it's like we don't want to go out and buy that kind of tool for something that we're not going to be spraying a lot of stuff, you know. And it's like, might as well kind of have him do it. He can match the other siding better. It's just, I think it's just going to be better, you know, that way. So I think that'll be a good fix, you know. But so yeah, lots of stuff getting done. Lots of like weird stuff like that. That's stuff that was here in the house that was like, we'll get to that eventually, that we're finally getting to. So I'm kind of excited to sort of, you know, get all of that done. And Chris, hear that? They're coming for me. The sirens. Woo! I'm telling you. Oh, and then we had, so it was like beautiful and sunny last weekend for Frankie's birthday, and then immediately Monday, Tuesday rained. So now it's sunny again today. And Wednesday it was like kind of chilly, but it was nice. Like it was, you know, sort of almost felt like a fall day, you know. But we're starting to get, you know, all the trees are starting to to bloom. All of the leaves are coming back on all the trees. Like, I'm excited. Um, we did a bunch of landscaping because all the leaves that had fallen, we had raked up a bunch of them. That was one of Frankie's things. But I mean, it gets to a point with so many trees right here and then being up against the creek like that, there's just more leaves than you can keep up with. And even if she's out there every day, all day, raking leaves, it's never ending. And because it's not in like an air, I mean, it's right over Mike's garden and right by the pool and like, so, and right on our patio. So it's like, it's hard to kind of get it all. So we had a crew come out and help us with the last little bit of some of that we were just like, I can't do it. So it was raining in Canada. It's almost always raining in Canada, isn't it? I don't know. I've only been there once, and it was in July, and it rained while I was there. I went for Stampede, and it rained. How long have I been married? We have been married for almost 17 years. Our anniversary is on Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. So, so Mike, if you're listening, our anniversary is coming up. I don't know. He'll usually like the day before be like, hey, what are we doing for our anniversary? That's how you know how long you've been married. When it's like the day before and your husband's like, are we doing anything tomorrow? Isn't it our anniversary? Yeah, because we got married on 5/5/5. So he never has an excuse to forget our anniversary because it's very easy to remember like the 5/5 part. You know, he doesn't always get the year right, like remembering how many years it's been, but he always at least knows like it's May 5th. Like that's when we got married. So yeah, I've been married a minute. We got married, of course, in Las Vegas at the Flamingo because where else would I get married but at the Flamingo? Which I was going to say, oh, I actually have all of my flamingos. Here, I'll show you guys real quick. I have currently all of my flamingos. Well, not all. Most of my pretty metal ones are over there right now because I was moving everything around and cleaning. So they all just kind of ended up over there for the time being because I haven't like finished kind of reorganizing my feng shui here. So, hey, Gunga Din, what's going on? Lemony Kilmister. Hello, Sai. Sorry, I'm keeping up here a little bit. Are barred rocks good chickens for most climates? They're pretty hardy and they're really decent layers and they're pretty mellow. They are one of my favorites. And I think that the roosters are also relatively mellow and like I think they're one of the prettier roosters. They're not too big. They're a good size, but they're not like crazy. You know how some breeds, the roosters are like look like they're on steroids almost. I think they're a good solid breed and they're pretty hardy. They're pretty cold tolerant. They're pretty heat tolerant. They seem to do very well. And they occasionally, they're not like super broody in my experience. I've noticed that some of my older girls, after about the 4th year of being at point of lay, they do go broody. At least mine did. And they'll try to sit with the ducks and they'll want to sit on eggs more and whatever. And I haven't had that happen with some of my other breeds. Like they never, ever try to sit. Like they lay their egg and they're out of there. Like they have no interest in any of that. But my barred rocks, they're pretty solid and they're mellow. They really are. I mean, all chickens in general they're chickens. They're pretty mellow, and especially if you get them as chicks or relatively young pullets and you handle them a lot, you know, they're pretty easy to deal with. But I'm a fan. I like them. Right? Exactly, Gunga. SSDD. Fashionably late. If you consider mismatched socks cool, you got another pair just like them. There you go. There you go, Tom. Exactly. I heard this thing the other day and I was thinking about it and I was like, man, that's brilliant. This person puts these little like Velcro snap things into all their socks. And then when they take them off, they snap them together and put them in the wash and in the dryer so they don't have to spend time sorting their socks. And I feel like that's a game changer. I feel like that person is winning because I hate hunting for socks and I don't like wearing mismatched socks because I used to not mind when I had all the same like generic plain socks, but then I started getting these funky socks from the California sock company because they're like kind of buddies of ours a little bit. Like we met them a few times through another friend. It's not like we hang out all the time or anything, but they're a cool company. And so now I was like, well, I can't wear mismatched. I can't wear my German Shepherd sock with my flamingo sock. I have to have the matching, you know. So it's a lot. But raining off and on in central Oklahoma. I know I heard a lot of people. I mean, I know there was that storm going through in Oklahoma and Texas, and that whole strip right in there was struggle bussing. So hopefully everybody's okay. They were having areas where they were having like, tornado warnings, and man, no, thank you. I don't like the tornado warning thing. I'd rather take an earthquake over a tornado warning, I think. I say that until we have a few earthquakes in a row, and then I start to get nervous. But they don't really freak me out either. When I was a kid, earthquakes freaked me out. But we also did earthquake drills like every 5 minutes at school. So I think in my head, I was like, also, growing up in the 80s, I thought I was going to be on fire a lot more often than I am. I have not had to stop, drop, and roll once, but we practiced it all the time. That was like ingrained in us. So I feel like there's been some misrepresentation in my lifetime about how certain things are not really as severe as I was led to believe as a small child. I also thought that I was going to have to spell things a lot more often than I do. Really don't have to. But who knew? Last Saturday, the goats were racing. I thought about you all in the big Louisville, Kentucky. Whoop, whoop. Beautiful and sunny and 70 here in Houston, says John from Cold Beer Ranch. Yeah, I mean, it was gorgeous today. It was probably, well, we have like a weird microclimate here, so it was probably about 70. The weather app said it was 62, and it was not 62. It was like 70. It's always a few degrees off from the weather app because we're right up against that creek. So it's this weird little microclimate that it's always either hotter or colder right here. So like we'll get a frost in the back of the house, but not in the front. Science, it's crazy. But I know, I'm telling you. Yeah, so I don't know what to expect. I mean, I looked it up for the weather in Oklahoma for during Shoot Dang Fest, and it seems like it's going to be, there was like one day there was a chance of rain, but the rest of it was like 70, 72 and partly sunny because I'm coming in on Wednesday through Sunday. I leave Sunday morning. So, because Frankie's got camp for school, so I have to have her back in time. But 68 there and sunny until about 5:30, and then the clouds moved in, and you just had a little rain shower. See, that's not bad, Terry. I wouldn't mind that. Like nice and sunny during the day. Go sit out by the pool or by your pond or your lake or something, and then in the evening when it's time to like make dinner, have that like gentle rainfall in the back. That'd be okay with me. I wouldn't be mad about that at all. I just do. Mike knows if I don't get a certain amount of like fresh air and sunshine, I start to get a little bit like wonky. He's like, you haven't been outside, have you? I'm like, no, I haven't. I need to because I get a little. It's almost like people get hangry when they get hungry, angry. I get like, I don't know what the word for it is, but I get like, I need sunshine. Like I need that vitamin D. I don't know. Oh, you got the grass mowed. And now it's raining. Well, it was good timing then. Now it'll grow it again, so he can mow it again this weekend. Because I know everybody likes to do chores twice, right? I just don't wash your truck because, then that's a surefire way to make sure that it's gonna rain, But it is what it is, I'm like, oh man. I almost washed my truck the other day, and then I was like, man, I'm glad I didn't because then it rained. Literally the next day, I was like, it knew I was thinking about washing my truck. So it was a good thing I didn't because it was bound to rain. Like who knew? And then apparently, I don't even know what I did. I spilled something. I have no idea. I was doing stuff in the hardware store and somehow managed to get stuff all over my shirt. I was carrying weird stuff. I don't know. You've got Quail in the brooder. They do sound like little squeaky toys when they're babies, Terry. You're right. I do love quail. They're fun and they're so cute when they're little. When they're just like first hatched and they look like impossible little tiny hummingbirds. They're adorable. But ironically, hummingbirds look disgusting when they're born. Google it if you don't believe me. They look really, really freaky when they hatch. I shouldn't say born. They're not like little mammals. When they hatch, they look ridiculous. They look like very, very not okay. There is something major going on. Do you guys hear these sirens? Like fire engines, sirens. Can't tell which direction they're going. I hope everybody's okay, but Lord, something's going on. Almost sounds like they're going towards the airport. Now the coyotes are going. You're thinking of getting quail. Do they eat bees or grass? They don't eat bees. No, they don't eat bees. Unless that was a typo. They will forage a little, depending on how you're raising them. There's a lot of people that will do like almost like an aviary for them with like a natural bottom or fodder trays at the bottom, and you could totally do it that way. But you kind of have to I don't want to say teach them. Some will take to it more naturally than others. Same thing with meat birds. Like when you do like Cornish cross, they'll eat that stuff and pasture. But I've noticed that sometimes certain batches that I've had like couldn't figure it out, and I had to like sprinkle some of their feed on the grass, and then they went, "Oh, we like grass." Okay, like they're not the brightest. But their little brains are just like, so it is what it is. But they will definitely eat a little bit of that stuff. Quail are weird though because they're so tiny. They do need a higher protein diet though, so they can't just eat that. You do have to make sure that they're on a good high quality protein feed, and that has a calcium in it too. No, no, they won't really. I mean, maybe little insects that they find in the grass or something, but like they won't even eat like, they'll kind of like the mealworms. If I break the mealworms up for them and put it in their feed, they'll eat that a little bit. But you can't even give them like a whole like mealworm or a fly larva. So I would imagine that they won't really eat the fly. If you're looking for something to help control like flies around for you, you're gonna want to look at like Muscovy ducks are really great for that. They're the best fly eaters that I've run across. Any flying bugs they'll eat. I've never seen bees, but I mean, I think most birds, they don't really do that. I mean, prove me wrong. I'm sure there's some, so everything has a predator and, they'll eat whatever. But yeah, basically it's the Muscovies will eat anything flying. So any of your, little flying gnats or flies or what do you call them? Mosquitoes, things like that. They'll eat ticks too. We don't have a lot of them up here, so I've never witnessed it, but I've heard that they will eat those as well. So sorry, catching up on comments here, guys. Hold on a second. You have a hutch that you built for ours. They don't free range, but we are raising them for meat. Gotcha. Yeah, I didn't do a hutch either. I did mine in a flightless pen, so they're just in those runs, and then that was it. They're not going to be as flighty that way too, so they're easier to like reach in and handle versus if you have them in like an open aviary, you got to like try to catch them, and it's a little more of a struggle bus because they will get very flighty. The more they're out in the sunshine, the more direct light access they have and all of that, they get flightier. And they need some sunlight, but you don't want them in full sun. They're you gotta, if you want like the right amount of like, because the protein levels and then their egg turnover, you have to, you really do want to, like, kind of research what kind of environment they need and where you want to keep them depending on like your weather and stuff like that. It for which ones you're doing, I would say. So, hello, Alex. What's going on? Hello, anonymous prepper. The pretty one must be talking about Mike. I think he's still at work. They're good at eating pheasant. Who's good at eating pheasant? Quail? I don't think quail eat pheasant. Hey, I don't know about that. Or are you saying that pheasants are good at eating ticks, maybe, and stuff? I don't know. Maybe, maybe. I, oh, you're welcome, Jacob. Thank you. Let's see. No, not really. We did some asking if my girlfriends and I had gone out lately, and no, we really haven't. Um, we've they've come over here a couple times, um, and we've had like dinner and like a few drinks here, but not anything where we're like, we're going out. But I mean, I did just take Frankie. We went to that Garth Brooks concert at the beginning of the month, and that was sort of a girls' night out, a very low key, mellow one, because I think I had like 2 beers all night because we were going. I had to drive her home at the end of the night, so like I wasn't going to be like woo. I had precious cargo to get back home, so. Oh, thank you, David. That's right. Only an Italian can snap her fingers and issue commands like that. That's correct. You are correct. I know. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, I am looking forward to after this month and getting some of these projects done, having a little bit of downtime after Oklahoma and just being able to like enjoy my pool a little bit, maybe, and hang out with my friends a little bit, and just that kind of thing. So we'll see. I love to be outside when the weather's nice like this, and it's like when I have too much stuff going on inside that I can't be outside, I start to get a little like, So it is what it is. It is what it is. Yeah. So I was gonna tell you guys something else. I'm trying to remember. It's so hard sometimes when I do a live by myself because I think of everything that I want to talk about and then I get derailed or I forget what order I'm talking in or whatever. But yeah, it's a little tricky, but it is what it is. So tomorrow's gonna be a full day of just working on those projects, gutting that room. I'm gonna be in between, of course, filming them, doing some stuff and demo stuff. I'm gonna be trying to do some touch-up spots of paint and all of that, and just kind of some weird odds and ends like that. And I still have to clean out like my closet. Um, there's some stuff that was like I said, I've said in a previous video, there was some stuff that was here when we moved that was left by the previous owner, and some of it we were like, oh yeah, we could repurpose that, we could reuse it, we'll save it, and then we used a lot of it, but it seems like there was just an endless supply of random stuff that we got to the bottom of like the amount that we could use, and we're like, there's nothing left in any of this stuff that we can repurpose. Like we repurposed as much as we can, and the rest has to go. So we had to have the junk hauler come out, and we just made like big piles and like got the rest of it out. And honestly, I was kind of kicking myself. I was like, why didn't I do this earlier? Because it's bugged me for a long time. Like, why didn't I do this earlier? And then also like kind of I don't want to say making him clean it out, but like having him go through the shed and some of the things that he had kind of tucked away because of like I said before, the way we moved to this house, there was stuff in his storage unit that just went straight to the old house. And then from that house, it was like again a box that he never opened, never touched. He just brought it straight here. So there were these boxes of stuff that he'd been carting around since the Navy that he hadn't opened, that had been sitting in his storage unit that he literally like emptied and then brought it. And it's like, okay, it's finally time to just like get rid of some of this stuff. Like some of this stuff, okay, yes, stuff needs to go. So, you know, it's one of those things. But and then I gotta get out there and try to give the sheep. I keep saying lambs like they're still babies. They're adults now. They're grown up. I need to give them haircuts again because they're getting a little woolly. And now that we finally had our last frost, our last like really, really cold snap, like, and now we're gonna start getting into the warmer days. So probably this week I'm gonna have to buzz them, which I hate doing because it's a total pain. But it just costs so much to have somebody come out and shear them, and then they give you like a window of when they're going to be here, and so it just takes forever. And so I'm like, no. And they want like, you know, like what was it, like $300 I think or something like that to shear 2 sheep out here, and I'm like, no, I'll do it myself, and they'll look like they got drunk and went to the barber shop, but it's fine. It's fine because it's fine. So it is what it is, you know. So what? Oh my goodness. Lordy, lordy. Well, guys, I am going to go ahead since it's just me tonight, and I still have a lot of work. I still have to go make dinner and get ready for all of the shenanigans that are going to happen tomorrow with demoing off that wall and finishing everything that's going on here. I'm going to go ahead and cut this live a little bit short because I feel like I'm not as entertaining by myself, and it gets weird because I'm just sitting here talking to myself with you guys. Not that I don't enjoy it, but it's just a little easier when I have somebody to like take the pressure off and read comments while the other one's talking and vice versa. Like, it's a little bit tricky. Like, I always admire like Tim from Ridge Life because he seems to just roll through it so easily and like doesn't struggle bust it like I do. And I just am like, wait, I have to read it. Okay, now I have to, you know, it's just I need a Joe Biden prompter like rolling right in front of my face. so I can't screw it up. That's what I need. So, but but yeah, so don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, guys. Appreciate you. I appreciate you stopping by on Friday night to hang out with me for a little while. And as always, new videos drop on Wednesday and Sundays, and we go live every Friday. Although sometimes it's just me by my lonesome. I think we are going to have some cool stuff to talk about in the next few weeks with these projects going on. I think there's going to be some interesting things that are going to happen because there's just a lot that, you know, when you start a project, like right now the bathroom's ripped apart, but it's not finished yet. I'm like waiting on that one. We'll see. I think we can get it done. I think we can do it. I think we can do it. It's going to be interesting. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like the video, and I will see you guys all next Friday. And don't forget to check on Sunday. A lot of the stuff that I was just talking about we'll be posting as far as like some of the cleanup and stuff that we're doing will be on Sunday's video. So have a great rest of your night. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you later.